Hey everybody, it's me, Brittany B, and I'm back for my review on All American episode 3. Okay, so a lot of stuff happened this episode, and like I always do, I don't like to just go through the whole entire episode step by step by step. It's kind of boring. So let's just talk about some stuff that I thought was interesting, some key points that popped out. Let's get started. So one of the things that stood out to me in this episode was when Jordan defended Spencer, because Asher has just been getting on him. He even created a meme of him just getting tackled down. And Spencer was just pissed. He was like, I don't belong here, da da da. You know, Jordan was like, this happens to everybody. They just made one of me. He was like, I don't believe you. And then, so it was time for practice again, and Asher decides to just push Spencer and like knock him down, and Jordan pushed him back and defended him. So I was like, what? That's really, it's a lot of, you know, that means their characters are getting more comfortable with each other, and Jordan's actually defending Spencer, because the first 2 episodes, it wasn't really like that. So this one right here, I feel like it shows the growth of their friendship. So. Because, I mean, he pushed his best friend, so I thought that was something that was good. There's a lot of storylines. So we got to see a Jordan and Spencer storyline. Then we got to see a Layla and Olivia. And then we got to see Coop. And then they introduced this new girl named Patient in her storyline. They got to go past all those. So let's just go from Jordan and Spencer down the list. For the whole thing of Jordan and Spencer, so we went from him defending him, and then Jordan was like, we need some team building. Let's do it over the weekend. And Spencer was like, that's the time I get to spend with my actual family in Crenshaw. So I'll see you on Monday. I'm not part of the team, remember? So Jordan decides he's going out his way, and he goes to where Spencer's from, helps his mom. He decides to stay with him, and you know, because he keeps saying, you don't understand my world. So he was like, well, I'm here. Let me understand your world. And the key parts of this whole bonding that I thought was cool was, at first, Spencer wasn't really talking to him, and the only person that was talking to him was his little brother, and he brought him over there, and his friend came, which his name is, let me go, Chris. His friend Chris came with his other friend that replaced him off the football team, and they were all doing, like, just talking about rappers and comparing this and that, and then when Jordan spilled his tea, everybody was like, they just assumed, like, it's because it's from Beverly Hills, that he didn't know or had any like pure facts, but that was all he needed. And the next thing you know, everybody was all kikiing and bonding, and it was just a good time. So I was like, yes, you know, that's a lot of things. It's always fun because those are like the best games, when you go around and be like, oh, so what you think about that? That's like when you get the real like tea, and it'd be like intense, because people be passionate about shows or movies or just random topics anyway. So it's like, it's not like it was playing like the Black Card Revoke game or something. It was just freaking fun. But Chris kept like taunting. To me, it looked like Chris was jealous of Spencer and Jordan's friendship, because they were like answering questions the same and everything, which I feel like they're brothers. They don't know they're brothers, but I mean, that right there is just like a bond that they didn't even know they had. And Spencer looked like he was jealous, so he just kept nagging him, calling him Carlton, and Spencer was like, hey, you're being disrespectful, you're doing too much. He was like, nah, and then it just gets big, and like, you don't belong here anyway, why you were in the ring? And then Jordan said, he could be anybody in your team, I could get my team up now. So then they get this big old football match, which I'm like, what? And I really was shocked that the Beverly Hills people came all the way down to Crenshaw, and they really had this big football game, which is so funny, because it was like, where all these people come from. So it's not just like the players playing each other. There's like adults there. There's like a whole like seating, people making bets. Like, it's like a big thing when they just kind of randomly said they're gonna do it. I don't know, it was just weird. It was intense. It got down to 7-14, and then Spencer was like determined to play both sides, and then he figured out the other the new player's weakness and got him, and it was 14-14. But the police came and shut it all down, and he was like, okay, well, you know, to Chris, let's just, you know, brush this off, you know, we're friends, we're family. And Chris was not feeling it. He was still salty, probably salty because he kind of pushed him, he didn't get him, and he made the touchdown. So he was like, you're a joke, you're a clown. So Spencer was mad because that's his best friend, that's all he knows, and he feels like Jordan came in this world and blew it up, which the same thing happened with him. So he was like, then, you know, they were out in this nice car in Crenshaw, and the police pulled him over, which was the big scene. Oh. No, seriously. Okay, so the police show up, and Jordan is just talking out his mouth. Oh my gosh, like, you do not do that. I know you live in Beverly Hills, but no, you're black. You can't just be popping off with police. And Spencer's looking at him like, dude, are you crazy? Like, put your hands up. Just listen to it. I didn't do that. When did I do that? Tell me this. My mom's a lawyer. He was on a rant, but my mom's a lawyer. And then the cop just getting pissed off. He's like, you need to get out. He said, okay, I'm gonna tell mom. He just knew he was in the right, and next thing you know, he gets slammed down to the floor. He's completely just frazzled at the whole thing, because he's like, what are you doing? This is like police brutality. This is inhumane, which it is, but you know, it's that truth of reality. And Spencer was trying to defend him. He gets up, he's like telling him, I'm getting out the car, I'm putting my hands up, I'm not making any sudden movements, because you have to do that. You have to know and say, sadly, everything you do if you're black and you're a man. You know, it won't be like, oh, he's pulling out a weapon, he's doing that. Like, keep your hands up, talk. He gets thrown down and keeps saying that he's refusing when he wasn't even. So he told Jordan, look at him, and you know, it's okay, it's gonna be okay. And Jordan was pissed when his dad got him. He was like, you should have like yelled at the cop, I did what you told me to do to defend myself. And Spencer was confused, like, why didn't you tell your son how to act around cops? And his dad thought because he lived in Beverly Hills that he had time, he would never experience that. Reality, it doesn't matter your address. If you're gonna get pulled over, you're going to get pulled over. So it was kind of like a really deep moment in the show, and I was like, chill, this was good. And the dad finally decided to tell his son about it, and the son was like, are you embarrassing me? How come we never get to see where you're from? And his son, he was like, no, I just thought that I had time, yada yada. But he took him to his barbershop, and that's when the big twist came. Boom. So I had a deep feeling, maybe because I like writing, and I'm like into like TV and film, and I'm just like, I felt that something had to happen, because in every episode something happened, and it's the end of the episode and something had to happen, and boom. They're at the barbershop. He's like, yeah, your dad was like a big time football player, yada yada yada. Next thing you know, he showed a picture, and I was like, okay, they're showing the picture. I said, ooh, wouldn't it be good if he showed a picture of Spencer mama and them dating? And then boom, he did. He was like, I thought they was gonna get married. He's like, hold up, what's her name? Say it again, what is her name? Boom. Yes, then found out. That's when Jordan found out that Spencer mama dated his daddy, and I think he knows, because Jordan's not stupid, so that was our back twice. Boom, I think he knows, and it ended like that, and not coming back into like a week later, but it was some good tea. The tea. Okay, anyways, let's get to the storylines. Layla, the storyline is Goop and her coming out to her mother, and her mother is a choir director, and Patience is like one of her people in the choir, and they're hanging out, chilling. I end up kissing, sleeping over, and then the next day the mom was like, I don't think you should hang out with that girl, she's trouble. And then she was like, Mom, I'm gay. And the mom was like, I'm sorry, I love you and stuff, but if you don't buy my rules, you're gonna be out. Which is crazy. Like, why would you kick your child out? Like, that's like, even if you don't believe in whatever, that's heartless, man. Like, you're kicking your child out. Y'all ain't even in the best neighborhood. Where she's gonna go? Like, you don't care. So sad. Like, why can't you just live how y'all was, just acting oblivious to the fact, you know? But so she ended up going and staying with Spencer's family, and she was crying, and it was a really sad part in the show. And the next storyline was, and another storyline part is Layla and Olivia. So they end up being English partners together, and she was shocked. She was like, It was like, I wonder why they would put us together. And she's like, oh, I don't know. That's what the teacher wanted. And then we find out that Layla's wanted, she's the one who made them, you know, ask the teacher to be partners with her because she thought maybe if they hung out, then they can get their friendship back. Because she really doesn't understand why they just ended like that. And, you know, I'm thinking, dang, can she just please tell her that, hey, I slept with your boyfriend. I'm sorry. Move on. But I guess she's going to keep that to her grave. So she kept pushing her away. And there's like a moment where she's like, I don't remember anything. I don't remember that part. I think it's like about her mom and when she passed away. That's what I'm thinking that was happening. I'm not going to even lie. At that point in the episode of the show, I was typing, trying to write everything else. And then I missed it. I ain't going to even lie. To me, when I looked up, that's what I figured they were doing. And it was a visual for the mom. That's why she got like really emotional and was like, I don't want to have people in my life that don't want to be or feel sorry for me, yada yada yada. But they made and then she left. Well, Gloria apologized, and then later was like, I don't, thanks for the apology, but don't feel sorry for me. But then they met up at this place where they had like a visual, so I'm assuming it's about her mom that died. I'm sorry, I'm such a sucky. I'm not like a professional. I mean, I'm just starting out with reviewing, and I don't know why. Just at that point, I just really did not know what was going on. But like when I grasped it, that's what in my head happened. So if this is not what actually they was talking about, please let me know, because I just really don't know. But that's what I was thinking about, and I was like, oh, that's really a sad emotional moment. And that is it for my review with All American episode 3. It's getting good. Still getting my One Tree Hill vibes and all the other vibes. The tea to spill. Please leave me. Oh, the questions. The question they're leaving me with is, oh my gosh, so when is he going to confront his daddy? Is he going to confront his daddy? Is Olivia going to keep the secret about sleeping with Layla's boyfriend forever? I feel like that needs to be spilled out. They need to confine. I wonder if it's going to be the finale of the show or the mid-season finale when everything's just boom, blows up in the face, because I am ready for it. It's so bad. I mean, it's a really good show, really good writing, really good actors. So thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.